Imana wani turi beludo, ya bemo ya mone ludo. Omo wani eti mo masumwa. Oma wakemuwe, oma wani muwe, oma wakemuwe, oma wani muwe, oma wakemuwe, oma wani muwe, oma wakemuwe. Abego babo, ayama ayama.
Welcome, my fellow Biafrans, once again. We heartily welcome you to this day's broadcast. Of course, today is Sunday, the 4th of March, 2018. And we are indeed happy welcoming all of you to Voice of Biafra International live broadcast, which comes to you regularly from the city of Munich, Germany. We are right now broadcasting on satellite, on YouTube, and on Facebook simultaneously. And already from the central screen I have here, very many of our people are already waiting, listening to this particular important broadcast. I have to inform everybody listening right now, the importance of this very evening's broadcast can never be overlooked and cannot equally be overemphasized. The reasons are quite plain. Please, if anybody is listening and sleeping or snoring, please off your mic, because that snoring is vibrating here with high intensity. So, what we are saying is this. We are here to inform our people of the dangers imminent in our own society. The herdsmen are there stampeding our people with sophisticated weapons. The Boko Haram people are there stampeding our people relentlessly. And of course, why this is happening, the Nigerian government led by Muhammad Buhari and the APC are looking the other way without minding the number of people that are being butchered by these herdsmen and Boko Haram day in, day out. Of course, we have reliable information that these activities of the herdsmen and Boko Haram are being sponsored discreetly by the Nigerian government under Mr. Muhammad Buhari. We have to remember that some time ago, while the soldiers were on campaign in Sambisa Forest, the commander came close to the Boko Haram commander equally and was almost arresting or apprehending the man when order came from Abuja that the leader, the Boko Haram henchman, should not be arrested. By implication, somebody somewhere in Abuja is sponsoring Boko Haram or giving order that they should constitute, menace to our own society. And why do we say this? How come in a situation, a country that is sovereign, protecting its own territorial integrity, Boko Haram is moving on freely with armored tanks, brandishing guns, moving with high-density vehicles from place to place, celebrating victories in public places? Nobody is arresting, nobody is attacking, nobody is calling them to order. And every day is a celebration for Boko Haram, more especially in the northern part of Nigeria. Who says the hands of the government are not there? Of course, we have to remember that in the days of General Sani Abacha, he was unambiguous when he said, any confusion, any riot, any problem in any nation that lasts more than 24 hours, government hand is in it. Abacha was unambiguous. If any disturbance or disturbances should last more than 24 hours in any country, government hand is in it. That was Sani Abacha. Of course, how many years have Boko Haram lasted? How many years have equally the herdsmen? From week to month, from month to year, and from year to years, of course, call it decade. The menace continues unabated. Instead, government is arresting innocent people who are defending their lives, but not arresting those people who are killing and butchering our people. Go to Benue State today, life is no longer the same. Go to some parts of Edo State, especially Auchi, life is no longer the same. Life has become brutish. People are no longer safe. People sleep with one eye open. The farmlands have been devastated. Nothing is working again except famine. Yet the Nigerian government pretends to not to know what is happening while indirectly sponsoring the activities of all these marauders. Have we forgotten that some weeks ago, these marauders were arrested with guns in Edo State? All the Nigerian government did was to send a segment of their military to go and kill the militant people, or rather, what do you call them again? Yeah, of course, the people or the hunters that arrested all these herdsmen. Instead of taking the herdsmen into custody, they released them and killed the very boys or militia that got them arrested. This is Nigeria for you. Today, in preparation to Islamizing Nigeria, southern part of Nigeria, the Inspector General of Police, who is a member of this Miyeti Allah, of course, the author said it, has now given instruction to every person in southern part of Nigeria to submit their guns of first prosecution and persecution. Of course, southern Nigerians are saying no way, it can never happen. If any person or group of persons must submit their guns, let it be Boko Haram people, let it be the herdsmen. But in a situation where these people have not submitted their own and they have their license, their freedom to possess their own, the Inspector General of Police is having the audacity telling the Southerners to submit their own guns. Let me inform our people, if you have anything in self-defense, if you submit it, you have submitted your life. I make it emphatic, unambiguous to all southern Nigerians. If you make the mistake of submitting anything that you will use for self-defense, you have mortgaged your life. Do not, let us emphasize, on no account should anybody in southern part of Nigeria submit anything they are using for self-defense. If you try it, you have yourself to blame at the very hour. Let us be honest with you, and we must be sincere. Nigeria is on the verge of collapsing. Nigeria is now hanging on the precipice. Nothing will save Nigeria. The attempt being made by the Fulani herdsmen, assisted by the Boko Haram people, encouraged by government of Nigeria under the leadership of Muhammad Buhari, and of course, being sponsored by this particular IG. We have to inform our people this is a last desperate attempt trying to salvage Nigeria using Islamization. But they will never succeed. We are telling our people, Biafra will be the last project on earth. No person born of a woman, no person born by a human creature shall have the capacity to Islamize Biafra. We would prefer to perish. Everybody, we would prefer to perish than for Biafra land to be Islamized. They can do it in Benue State, it is their own catchment area. They can do it in Edo State, it is their own catchment zone. They can do it in Oduduwa, Yoruba area, it is their own catchment area equally. But never, never and never try it anywhere in Biafra land or in Ijo area. Anybody that attempts it will be singing his own Nunc Dimittis. That means farewell song. We will not tolerate it. And we are telling our people, on no account should you submit any gun, whatever you have, to the Inspector General of Police. Instead, we encourage our people, if you have the necessary wherewithal to manufacture more, go ahead and do it. Since we don't have the capacity to import, they control the seaports, they control the airports, they control every border. They have the freedom to import without checking anything. But for us in the eastern part of Nigeria, in the western part of Nigeria, and in the southern part of Nigeria, we don't control any of these things. And so, ordinary Ghana must go back. We have the Fulani herdsmen and their custom officials would turn everything inside out, upside down, searching for what we do not know. Sometimes they will plant something in your bag and accuse you of possessing firearms. Do not succumb to their own intimidation. Since we cannot import because they control the borders, let us manufacture internally. We have the right to manufacture that which we act as self-defense. Self-defense, we continue to emphasize, is nature's eldest law. And if you have anything that will make you defend yourself, no law on earth, either spiritual laws, moral laws, or human laws, will be capable of displacing you. Impossible. Defend yourself. Do not allow your enemy to take you unawares. Never. Eternal vigilance is the pride of perfection. We must be eternally vigilant. This is why we are here today. And on the strength of this, I welcome fellow Biafrans who are now hooked onto this particular program. First and foremost, let us move on to Lagos and welcome Ume Maslenus. Ume, you're welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you, Arako. And good evening, Biafrans, and welcome to tonight's program.
Thank you very much. From Lagos now, we move on to Japan. Echezena Udeze, welcome to the program.
Thank you, my brother Ekitenna. Thank you for the today broadcast. I welcome all Biafrans who are listening to us. Stay tuned and follow us to find solutions for our problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much. From Japan, let us move on to Port Harcourt and welcome Valentine Ogoji.
Thank you very much, Ikemuna. I welcome all Biafrans all over the world, and I ask you all to stay tuned as we listen to the broadcast tonight.
Thank you so much. And from Port Harcourt, I move on to Makodi, Benue State, where Uchenna Okeke is. Uchenna, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, the Oracle. At the same time, I want to welcome all friends from Biafra and the listeners today. God bless us as we listen.
And from Makodi again, we take up the next available flight and move down to Accra, where Uche Digi is equally holding sway. Uche Digi, you're welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, my able moderator. Good evening, all the peoples of Biafra. Good morning from United.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good morning. Thank you.
And we have to welcome equally all members of the Biafra Independent Movement, being as well as members of the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra. We welcome all of you. We equally pay homage to Chief Dr. Rafa Wazike, who has given us this particular platform to discuss issues that concern Biafra, southern Nigeria, and of course Nigeria generally. We give him that honor. We pay him that gratitude. We thank him 1,000 times. And to many of our people I'm seeing on the screen now joining, let us say welcome to Ifani Nneji, Michael Oke, Ejike Francis, Nandem, of course this person as a Julius Ezako, Chinemerem Dominic, Biafra Okuchuku, Joseph Okechukwu, Nwachineke General, of course Livingstone Emeka, Ibokwe Ejike, Alumni Rajab, and very many others. I won't be able to mention all of them because the list is plenty. We welcome all of you to this particular program. Be you a Yoruba, be you an Ijo, be you a Hausa, be you an Igbo, be you a Fik, anywhere, Idoma, you are welcome to the program. What we are here to discuss this evening concerns you and me. Nobody should be left off, nobody should be left out. We are here to discuss a common problem, a common phenomenon, that if we fail to checkmate it, is going to bring us down. Let me inform everybody, Biafrans in particular, Nigeria is degenerating. Nigeria can never be salvaged. Nigeria can never be saved anymore. Nigeria is right now unconscious and is waiting at the departure lounge. Nothing will save Nigeria because right there in the spiritual realm, a decision has already been taken and concluded that Nigeria is all over. There is no country on earth colonized by the British Empire that is still answering that colonial name. How come that up to today, after how many years, the name Nigeria continues to ring bell in the Committee of Nations? Because the British Empire does not want that name to submerge, because in the course of that, Britain shall cease to be. Remember, some weeks and months ago, I told you that it's a matter of time, Britain shall begin to suffer some natural disaster. Go to Britain today. Snow has covered everywhere, and the possibility of flooding cannot be ruled out. Britain is in danger. This is just the beginning. The days of the jackal have come, and those who have committed any form of atrocity against the Biafrans shall not escape unscathed. This is what has brought us here today. We must defend ourselves with whatever we have, and anything we have, we must never hand over to the Inspector General of Police. We say no to that. Let the heavens fall. Come rain, come shine, we are going to stand our ground. If the Fulani people, I cannot call their houses because even their houses are crying. If the Fulani people insist they can take the whole of Nigeria to ransom, we are prepared for that. It is not a threat. I'm not trying to draw you to the line of the battle. No, I am not standing on the barricade. I am rather standing at my own comfort zone from where we are broadcasting. We are telling the Inspector General of Police, no matter the threat or intimidation, no Southerner shall hand over anything that he uses for self-defense. Underline it, self-defense. Not to attack anybody, not for aggression. No, but what? Self-defense. And anything you do to safeguard their life, you are protected. Even if you kill somebody in the course of defending your life, you acted in self-defense. It is better that enemy dies than for you to die. Let me live and bury my enemy. My enemy must never bury me. Otherwise, in the kingdom of heaven, my God shall ask me questions. Since I won't be able to provide answers, it is better for me not to take care of the earthly, and the heavenly will take care of itself. We are here to tell them, we shall never hand over any particular catapult, machete, knife, or gun. In whatever capacity we can hold to defend ourselves, we have the right. If the IG wants people to hand over their guns, the herdsmen should do that first. If we see the herdsmen, they are no longer holding guns, but long sticks to head their cattle, we shall take the IG serious. But in the situation where all of them are still holding the AK-47, marauding, parading, moving from place to place, blocking roads, occupying cities, taking over schools, we cannot accept anything from what the IG is saying. Never. And we make bold to say it, never. IG must be joking. If he feels he can do or act more than that, let him himself put on combatant uniform, combat uniform, and come down to Biafra land or to anywhere in southern part of Nigeria, and we shall take him serious. Let me move down to Japan. My brother Echezana. Do you think, of course I've shared my own point of view, do you think that why the Boko Haram people, okay, I forgot. Don't forget that some weeks ago, Nigerian government released some Boko Haram prisoners, released them by word of forgiveness, and then marched them with the military, with the herdsmen, giving them training on how to kill my people. And when they are rehabilitating Boko Haram people, giving them the training to attack my people, they are proscribing IPOB that had no gun, IPOB that hadn't shot down anybody, IPOB that never, assaulted anybody except talking loud, So, if IPOB should be proscribed for not holding a single gun, why must herdsmen be moving up and down freely without anybody prescribing them? We say no to that, and we must stand our ground. So, my brother Echezana, do you think Southerners should submit their guns, which they use for self-defense, while Boko Haram herdsmen are still holding their own tight? What do you think, Echezana Udeze? Talk to Biafrans.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. First of all, the Inspector General of Police must tell us his own reason why people must drop their guns or their self-defense. He has to give us the reason, not just to say it. And that should start from Boko Haram herdsmen down to east, if that will happen. But I don't think there's need for that. Anyway, they said that meaning that sinners runs when nobody is pursuing them. They are trying to disarm our people in order to penetrate. And this will prove to you that they are afraid of us. They are afraid of us, even though we don't have enough weapons or sophisticated weapons they have, but they are afraid. This will show you that they have been planning how to invade us, how to jump on us at all costs. But they are afraid because they don't know what we have. This discussion today is very important. How I wish that our people who went on the air bragging of having army, having this, having that, keep quiet. By now, even they can't try to penetrate us. But because the noise is there that there is army, there is training, there is gun, there is this. And when they started killing our people, nobody revenge, nobody retaliate. And now they understand that uh, we can't do anything, or they believe that we are too weak to revenge. That's why they get to this stage. You know, before they say this, before the police inspector said this, they have tried everything possible. Now they want it to happen that way so that they will have 100% charge over us, but it will not work. But despite that, anyway, I want the Inspector General of Police to know it very clear, and for the whole Nigeria to know it very clear that those physical weapons is not our strength. We don't depend on those physical weapons they are seeing. But any day he try to arrest any Igbo man or any Sultana because of not dropping the guns, the man will face the wrath of God. Not only the wrath, he will sleep and he will not wake up. And anybody who is planning it with him, be it Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or whosoever, they shall go the same way. They can't stop us. Like as I said before, we have gone far beyond Boko Haram, beyond herdsmen, beyond Nigerian government, beyond British government and American government. All this killing going on, the Inspector General of Police has not said anything about it, has not provided security for us about it. All he could do is to come up to ask people to drop their about the hunting call and every other call they have.
Now, excuse me, actually, my brother, the IG was saying that if our people fail to hand over their guns, they are not sure yet who has gun and who has no gun. He just acting on speculation. Now, he was saying braggingly, if my people in the south fail to hand over their guns, then we conduct house to house search. Do you think it's possible? That must be a way of provoking our people.
It may be possible, but down to Kaduna, Kanu, Meduguri, Sokoto, and then we see how they do it. They have no right to enter people's house and start searching for gun. Anyway, that's part of my threatening anyway. It is a threatening because I know that they're not serious. They can't be serious.
Okay, thank you. Hold it there, please. Now, remember, students in Lagos, the IG, of course, let me say that if I is saying, listen to what you are saying. He said that, of course, IG must be a joker. The IG of police must be a joker, and of course, I agree with him. He is a joker. He's just joking. But then let me go to Umar Maslius in Lagos. Maslius, you had the IG of police, threatening the southern part of Nigeria that if we fail to hand over whatever we use for defense, that they will conduct house-to-house search and begin to arrest anybody in possession of such. Do you think it's feasible? Umar Maslius.
Yeah, thank you, Oracle, for the opportunity. First of all, my question is, do our people have any gun? Are we armed? The Biafrans are not armed. We don't have any gun. It's the Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen that have guns. So for the IG to make such an announcement or declaration, it's a very big mistake on his own side. He's just trying to call a dog a bad name in order to keep the dog. And as far as I am concerned, he will definitely fail. They've always been failing in every of their attempts to climb the And this will not be the first time that they will fail. This will not be the second time. This will not even be the third time. They have been failing and will continue to fail. One thing with the Nigerian police is this: they are very good at planting whatever they call exhibit or whatever. They are very good at planting it on people. So that is I will give our people to be very careful, be very vigilant, in order not to allow them to plant around our.
Please, gentlemen, check your background. Somebody is touching one thing or the other. I don't know. Check whatever you are touching, wherever you are, and stop that. It is causing terrible distractions. Thank you. Yeah, somebody was touching something like peppers or nylon. I don't know. Go on with my sleeves, please.
All right, thank you. So, like I was saying, one of the things Nigerian police know very well on how to do, to plant things on people. I remember when it was the norm of the day for the police to plant Igbo in their hem on the commercial buses that commute within Onisha environment. They will plant the Indian hem in the vehicle. And once the bus get to police checkpoint, they will discharge everybody and begin to search and pick it up where the agent that boarded the same bus is. And then they will get everybody arrested and begin to expect money from them. So because they know how to do these things very well, our people should be very careful and very vigilant. Observe them, monitor them seriously. Don't give them any age. Because they will end up planting guns around our homes and come as if they have come to search and bring it out.
And they can do it. They can do it to their agents at night. They can use their agents and do it at night. That is possible.
Yes.
Now let me tell you what happened some time ago. Let me tell you. Don't forget what you are saying. Some time ago, in that particular evil forest called Nigeria, a policeman wanted to implicate a particular driver he wanted to extort money from. He wanted to extort money from a particular driver. This man, a rich man, of course. His driver was carrying him. Gentlemen, check your background. Noise is coming from there much. Now, what he did was to ask this particular driver and his man to give him a short lift. Maybe take me from, let's say, from Amajeke to probably Ekononwa. For those of you who come from Imo State. Of course, between Amajeke and the Ekononwa, there were 2 police checkpoints. Now, what happened? He entered this vehicle with a pistol. When he entered at the back, he dropped the pistol under the car seat. Somebody, a policeman who wanted lift, he dropped this particular gun under the car seat and then dropped. As soon as this driver reached the other checkpoint, they flagged him down. Of course, there was a communication information they received. As soon as they flagged him down, their particulars, you are this, you are that. Driver provided everything and they said, no, we are suspecting you. We are suspecting you. They started conducting a search. Could you imagine that if they found a gun under the man's car seat? The man never knew what happened. He was innocent of the whole thing, but because they wanted to implicate him and by so doing extorting money from him, they planted this gun. But however, just like our brother Echeta said, we don't need guns to defend ourselves. While they were doing that, of course, they took the whole money. They took the gun, they arrested the man. But that very policeman who did that, who planted that gun, didn't survive the next 1 month. He became a victim of armed robbery on the road. That is nemesis for you. So, in line with what Ume Mastis was saying, everybody must be very, very vigilant. Every Biafran, every Oduduwa person, every Ijo person, Efik, Ijo, TV, everybody should be very, very vigilant. Do not allow these people to come and plant something and therefore implicate you. Be very, very careful. Back to you, Ume Masledos. Hello, Ume Masledos. Please, Sunday OT, you are using video. Drop it. You are distracting us here. You are blocking everything. Sunday OT, please, why are you using video to communicate us? Please off it, off it. It's distracted. So you have just disconnected all the members who are online.
What is stop distracting somebody here now?
I have always told them nobody should use video to talk to us here on this our messenger. It's never allowed. Once you do it, it disconnects others. So back to you, bim-massob, you are addressing us.
What is distracting me here with video call? What is all this?
Sunday OT. I think let me find a way to get it disconnected.
Okay, it has been disconnected.
Okay.
All right. So my brother, that is just the thing, because all these things they've been doing it for ages. They've been doing it for ages, using it to extort money from our people. So now that they have made this announcement, although they came very late, as far as I'm concerned, they came very late, because even if such announcement must be given or made, it's not supposed to be for the Southeasterners, because we don't have any problem. Nobody is carrying arms around here. In the Benue, Northeast and the Middle Belt, where we can see that people carry arms around, they didn't issue such order. In Kaduna and Kano, where people carry arms around, they didn't issue such order. So, every plan of the Fulanis and the Buhari-led government has already failed.
Of course, it has failed. Hold it there, please. We'll come back to you. Every plan of the enemy has been led bare and it has failed. Of course, Ifa Inej is asking, do our elites or our Igbo elites aware of this particular devilish plan against our people? This is a question being posed by Ifa Inej. If our Igbo elites are aware of this, of course, Ifa, they are very much aware of it. But some of them are very much afraid to speak out because of money they receive from Abuja. These are our politicians we voted in to represent us and protect, give us what we want, protect our interests. But instead of protecting our interests, they are then selfishly protecting their family interests. They are aware of all these things, but fear and cowardice, of course, cannot permit them to speak out. Because if they speak out, I don't know what will happen. Even our own traditional rulers, because they collect money from federal government, every lip is sealed. Nobody talks, nobody complains, nobody even tries to advise. This is the problem. That is why we say self-defense is allowed. If the community, if the society, if the Nigerian government cannot protect you, protect yourself. This is what we are saying. Now, let me go to Ghana. Uchediji, do you agree that the Southerners should hand over their catapult or machete or knife or whatever they have for self-defense, while the Fulani herdsmen are still holding tight to their own? Uchediji?
I would like to say, I pray that today my network would allow me to make a contribution. To me and to my understanding and my advice to all Biafrans, it is impossible. First, for us to submit whatever we have, it is impossible when kidnappers are still roaming around, tormenting people of the southeast and southwest. When criminals are busy moving around, tormenting people on southeast and southwest, and now they are telling you to submit what you have. When the Fulani henchmen are moving house to house, massacring and destroying people's farm, destroying people's land, killing mothers and children and their wives, killing everybody on the side, they are asking us to submit what we have to protect ourselves. They are insane and they are not serious. I must tell you that these people have a very dangerous plan to our people. Any person who tells you that we do not need these things to protect ourselves is lying. Because when he traveled back to Nigeria last Xmas, he will understand what is going on. Everybody likes to go with escort. Nigeria now is full with security escorts. If you do not have any security, you will be afraid because your life is in danger. So in a place like that where there is no security, you are asking people to submit what they have to protect themselves. Those who cannot be able to pay police officers and military personnel to protect them, you are asking them to submit what they have in their houses to protect themselves, so that you will come and torment their family, so that you will go after them and torment their life. No, we are saying no to that. It is impossible, and this is a joke. I must tell you, if they are asking people to submit what they have to go house to house in the northern parts to arrest all the people that are those that are supplying guns to Boko Haram and the Fulani henchmen. Those people that is moving house to house, killing people, they are to be arrested, and not the vigilante who are protecting the life of individuals. This is what I'm telling all Biafrans. These people are jokers. Today's snake is swallowing money everywhere. Rat is going to swallow his own in Abuja soon. You will hear it. So for that reason, we do not all these people. We don't know what they are using all those money to do. Maybe they are using it to acquire all these weapons to kill us, to murder us, because we reject their cattle clearing in our land, because we reject their Islamization agenda in our land. We are saying no to that. We are not cowards. We are going to make sure that we train our people. In fact, I am suggesting from this moment, let our able leader Ijele Ndebo beginning to introduce and advise all the people in the southeast, most especially in the schools, to start training their people to defend themselves. Because you have to, even here in Ghana, there is a television.
Yeah, please, somebody's playing television there. Who is playing television set? My God. Who is playing television set there while the broadcast is going on? Could you please help us?
Yeah, can I go on?
Yeah, go on, please.
Yeah, thank you, my able moderator. I must tell you that here in Ghana, that there is a television that you use to advertise how you will defend yourself without gun. This is those that are not being trained with guns. But being our vigilantes and all the people that was committed to protect the land, to protect the life of individuals, they are not going to submit any gun to any federal government because they are incapable of protecting the people. What have they done since the cattle riders are killing people? How many of them have been arrested? How many of them have been murdered? That is the we had a report that those vigilantes that arrested those murderers was killed by those we call our security personnel. They are no longer security for us, but they have become a terrorist. Those kind of people who go to kill the vigilante who arrested those that are tormenting the village are no longer our securities, but they are terrorists. So if you are asking us now, commanding people like vigilante to submit what they have, commanding the hunters, why you know that hunting is a part of business. And that is going on in Nigeria, that is going on in Biafra land, and you are asking people to hand over their what they used to hunt. Then ask me, what is your agenda? What is your provision for them? How did you want these people to feed on? How did you want these people to protect their land? What security? You are making a provision to now I hear that, of course, that civil defense are now meant to protect animals while human beings are protectless. No one protect them, and now they are planning how to protect themselves. You are asking them to hand over what they have, while the cattle riders are going with AK-47. You do not ask them to hand over what they have, once they cannot be able to make use of it properly for animals, but they are now killing human beings. Now you are telling the southerners to submit what they have. They are jokers of the century, of this new century. This is what I have to say at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uche Didi. You hammered it home. You made a very important point there when you said, are you asking hunters to submit their guns? What would they use to hunt? Or have they forgotten that hunting is part of business? In a situation where you compel a hunter to submit his gun and he is hunting and meets a dangerous animal, how does he defend himself? With bare hands? How do you expect a hunter who hunts sometimes at night, facing lions and tigers and dangerous snakes, to submit his gun? How is he going to protect himself in the face of any danger? We are telling the Inspector General of Police it can never happen. We make bold to say it. It will not happen. Of course, you remember I said it. Do we have guns? Have they seen anybody in the south moving up and down with gun? That is a question. There has not been any point in time when the police saw anybody in the southern part of Nigeria brandishing gun, holding gun carelessly. The only people that you see with guns in the southern part of Nigeria are the same herdsmen. And the Inspector General of Police has not deemed it fit to withdraw the guns from them. All he is stampeding, intimidating, threatening are the innocent people who don't even have ordinary catapults. He cannot threaten us. He cannot intimidate us. We are encouraging every southerner. I don't know what you have. I wouldn't ask you to have. But if you have, do not give it out. That which will happen tomorrow, let it happen today. If you have anything for self-defense, let no southern Nigerian hand it over to anybody. Let us see how the Inspector General of Police will release his men to go from house to house, searching innocent people. Let us see how that is going to happen. Let us see how that is going to happen. Innocent people who are there acting to defend themselves. You want to terrorize them. You want to intimidate them because you feel you have the power. We are telling everybody in the southern part of Nigeria, be you a Yoruba, Igbo. Even there are some houses in the middle belt, the Ijo people, Efik, the Tiv people, let nobody, I repeat, emphatically, if you have anything for self-defense, on no account do you hand it over. If you make that particular mistake, mark my words, you will not survive 2018-2019. There is a grand plan to wipe out the larger population of the southern part of Nigeria that will constitute hindrance to Islamization agenda. Let nobody try it. And to our politicians who are there not calling this IG to order, you want to come home. You are going to give account of their own stewardship. Nobody shall intimidate us. Time for that has gone. If you try to establish a cattle colony in everywhere in the south and we say no, you want to devise another means to penetrate, to come and occupy our land, have their communities, their local government, and their own government in our own land. Let us tell you, today, the white minority is facing it in South Africa. The South African Parliament has made it a law that the government can appropriate white farmers' land, white people's land in South Africa without any compensation. Do not forget that the British people took over South Africa, and even up to today, there are some areas in South Africa where blacks are not allowed. In our own South Africa, who gave the British man land in South Africa? South Africa doesn't have black white people. So how come they have occupied their place? Of course, all thanks to Robert Mugabe, who chased them away and made it clear that Zimbabwe has no white. And any white person there is a foreigner. In the same vein, we shall not allow any Fulani person to take possession of our land unless and only unless they will give the Igbo people doing businesses in every part of Nigeria to have the freedom to acquire any land, any shop they like. In that case, we take them serious. Before we continue, let us take a little bit of Biafra music.
kwa. Ye felili. Kwa. Osane da jomajide una felili una tijemiji. Okwana last I share with the head to the way of. Okuba ona hogibe ho for the human. Ale te kola bere kwa shige me kwa na hele ba. Ono kwa no gbe.
Yeah, we take it that way. Of course, somebody, if I net is asking, how do we come together to fight our common enemy? Because it's not just about talking, which is true. Today, I sent a message to Femi Fani Kayode, and I told him, you have spoken a lot. We are tired of rhetoric. We are tired of preachments. That is time for action. And I told him, there are certain measures we have to adopt in the southern part of Nigeria, and Nigeria will catch conversion. I wouldn't say it on air. And he replied me a few minutes ago that what I suggested is absolutely true and that we're going to carry it out. So, let us say, like if I Ned is asking, how do we come together to checkmate the growing, maddening excesses of these marauders? Uchenna Okeke is in Makurdi right now, where it has been happening. It's a hotbed. Uchenna Okeke, do you think the IG of police is right asking Southerners to hand over their guns while Northerners, Fulani people, the herdsmen, are holding tight to their own? Uchenna Okeke in Makurdi.
Voice of Biafra International. I want to appreciate you for this opportunity given to me. The truth is that I like what is happening in Nigeria because they keep exposing their emptiness. This is to say that they have nothing upstairs. They don't have any idea. They don't have a plan on how things should move forward in the country. And that is why they keep exposing themselves, exposing their nakedness before the world. This is the same man who called himself Inspector General of Police. Imagine that kind of position. They have nothing upstairs to offer. It is quite unfortunate, and the world is watching. They're asking hunters to surrender their guns. How can they surrender their guns if they got in contact with a wild animal in the forest? How will they defend themselves? How? These are the questions that somebody needs to answer. And this is the same man that cannot arrest or apprehend a Fulani man with AK-47. And he wants a hunter to surrender his gun. And you allow the Boko Harams to move around and kill people, throw bombs in the north. You cannot arrest them. And you want the Southerners to surrender their guns, the hunters. Because I know that we are not bond traders. We are business, we are genuine business people. The Southerners. Thank God that he made it very clear that it is only hunters. And I want to believe that in the whole world, hunters are allowed legally to operate with guns. So, but in in Nigeria, that is only where you can give order for hunters to surrender their guns. How do you want them to hunt? And so, our people, we have had it. All the hunters in the south. So that is left for you. If you are ready to surrender your guns and allow the white animal to eat you up in the forest, that is left for you. But we are giving you advice from the voice of Biafra International. Never you listen to that man who doesn't have any plan. He's telling us to surrender our guns. What are the strategies? Or what are the next plans they have for you to defend yourself in case of when you meet with white animal? There is no any plan, no such plan. All he wants is for you to surrender your guns. We know Nigeria, we know what they are up to. We know what the North is up to in this country. This is a man who called himself an IG, Inspector General of Police. He is telling Benue people, look at this kind man, he is telling Benue people, not only Benue people, but all the governors that are against open grazing, that they should go and do grazing first before they will allow Fulani to stop grazing. These are the kind of people we have in Nigeria. Empty head. So I don't think that we will surrender ourselves. So, and any hunter in the south that has gone, please and please, if possible, you need double barrel to support yourself. Go and get it because it is for your own safety. Thank you very much, the Oracle.
And it's not only hunters. If you have a registered gun, you don't have any reason to submit it. All we are saying is do not possess anything illegal, something that will implicate you, but anything that will act for self-defense, hold it. Don't hand over to anybody. And if anybody comes to say, I am this, I am that, be sure who is there. Like Ifeanyi was asking, what do we do to defend ourselves? First and foremost, we are not fighting anybody. We are not attacking anybody. We are not even pursuing anybody. But what we are telling our people is this. Be conscious of your environment. I keep on telling people, be very conscious of your environment. If you fail to command your environment, your own environment will command you and you become a victim of that your environment. Take charge. Be vigilant. Take control. Be a master of your environment. Don't allow yourself to be taken unawares. Suspect whoever is a stranger in your midst. If you suspect any strange move, if you suspect any stranger, if you suspect any person you are not very familiar with, even if it's somebody you are very much familiar with, suspect the person, report. Remember, security can give way to conspiracy. Some people like money so much that the herdsmen might give them money to sell their land. They will give them money to go and plant something in their neighbor's house. They will give them money to betray their heritage. But I am telling you, whatever you do, you are going to reap the consequences. Manifold. Remember, if you hold a tennis ball and you muster force and swing it on a wall, the velocity it will use in coming back will be amazing. So, what we are saying is this. Be conscious of the environment. Don't allow anybody to take you unawares. Don't allow any enemy. And if you are the enemy, if you take money from these Fulani marauders to betray your people, to give them land because you need money, they say, I will like money a lot. Of course, everybody likes money, but do not use the money that will mortgage your freedom forever and ever. Remember, the life you live doesn't belong to you. Your children are coming, your grandchildren are coming, up to the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th generation. Be careful what you do. Kwara State tried it. Today, Kwara State has been taken over by the Fulanis. Many countries of the world, I'm going to give you the list hereafter. They tried it mistakenly. Today, they are regretting everything. Southern Nigeria must never fall a victim to these Fulani marauders. Remember, they are not Nigerians. If you don't know, most of these Fulanis you have today are from Niger, Mali, Chad, Burkina Faso. And I have to inform you today, The three countries I've mentioned forming the Sahel region are indeed in a big mess. Today it was announced that within the three or rather four countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger and Chad, we have 4,000 French soldiers already there. 4,000 French soldiers. How are they paid? Who gives them money? Who feeds them? These countries. And if you go to these countries, poverty is ravaging everybody. They don't have water to drink. They don't have food to eat. They don't have good roads, good hospitals. But they have money to take care of 4,000 French soldiers. Last week, these four countries were in Paris, raising fund, contributing money for French people to come and help them checkmate the growing excesses of militants over there, whatever they are called. It means OAU has lost power. OAU has nothing to offer to Africans again. That these four countries had to converge in Paris to raise millions of dollars to bring in French soldiers to come down to Sahel region and to protect their land. Meaning what? The question arises, who and who are sponsoring all these men that have been terrorizing the whole of that region? The same French people. I tell you, these people create problems in our midst. The same people that create this problem will come to give us solution. And in trying to offer us solution, we give them whatever we have. Things that will make us to live long, we give it to them. And they go on smiling. I am telling you, Africa is once again under occupation. Let us move on to Port Harcourt, where Valentine Mugoji is. Valentine Mugoji, do you agree with the assertion that we can hand over everything we have for self-defense to Inspector General of Police because we want to be called law-abiding citizens? Valentine Mugoji in Port Harcourt.
Thank you, the moderator. The question we should ask in the first place is this: do we have any arms? Are we armed? Those that are fighting for Biafra are not armed. We are non-violent people. We are known for non-violence. So we are not armed. So if we are not armed, we have nothing to surrender. Now, when you look at our hunters, killing is their hobby. Hunting is President Nine from being the president of Nigeria. It's like telling the IG of his mind from being the Inspector General of Police. It's like telling to resign from being committee. It's like telling some of them in office to resign from their offices. That is just what they did to submit their guns to the police. If the hunters submit their guns to the police, what will they use for hunting?
Somebody's washing place there. Please, somebody start. Excuse me, please. Excuse me, Valentine, please. Somebody is touching things like place. Stop that. Children can cough. Children can talk. We are here for them. We allow our children to talk or to cough if they want. No problem. We tolerate that because we are working for them. These are our children. They are free. But those adults who are touching something like place or paper or whatever, please stop that. It's causing distraction. Please, Valentine, go on.
Okay, thank you very much, moderator. Like what I just said, those guns they use is like their office. That is what they use to feed their family, bushmeat. Now, when you are talking of hunters, because that is how they operate, they tell you they are searching for hunters, that they want to collect the gun from the hunters, and they will start searching. But this time around,
please, somebody, excuse me, please hold on for the time, Goji. I don't know where the noise is coming from. Please, listeners, check your background and don't distract us, please. Gentlemen, please check your background. Go on, please, Valentine Ogoji.
Thank you, moderator. Now, if they want to start, let them start from Sokoto. Let them start from Maiduguri. Let them start from Kaduna. Let them start from Kano. Let them start from the north. I was born in the north and I know how to do. So let them start from those places. before they can talk of coming down to the east to tell us that our people should surrender their guns. It is not done anywhere. When Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida is president of Nigeria, there was a riot in Kano, and the people in Kano retaliated. Babangida went on air and said that all the people from the east and south should surrender their guns, and people were taking their guns to the station. Now they want to start again, and they want to do what? To take away everything we want to use. But I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. One are days when those things will happen. Now we are wiser than before. It can never happen again. It's a mistake we came into this contraption called Nigeria. But I am worried to get out of this contraption. But for now, nothing will make anything we have to defend ourselves. Be it machete, be it guns, be it anything. Nothing will make us to surrender it. Anybody that have anything for self-defense should keep it quiet. And in no vice will they go from house in search of anything. It will never be allowed this time ever. It was before this used to happen. So I want to advise our people, anything that they have that they use in defense of themselves, they should keep it to themselves. Don't allow anybody to come to the name of police or in the name of anybody. Nobody permitted to speak. People should know, I'm saying it this, we are one
Okay, I think the service is failing here. I think we can't get it clear again. We can't get you. We shall come back to you, Valentine Mogoji. Now, let me quickly go to Sunday Oti. Sunday Oti, you're alive with us still?
But anybody can have any.
Yes.
Yeah, so please, Valentine Mogoji, Valentine Mogoji, hold it on. The service is fluctuating at your own end right there in Port Harcourt. So let us go to Sunday Oti, please. So Sunday Oti, you've been listening to the program, and the topic of the day is not straight to you. Inspector General of Police telling the southern people of Nigeria, even hunters, to submit their guns. Why the very herdsmen he is sponsoring are allowed to carry their own? Do you foresee any danger there?
Yes, the Oracle. Good evening, all. I want to thank you for this opportunity, and I want to tell everybody that this is the highest joker of the year. Yes, though I expected that because that was what he was appointed to come and do. Because it was from Commissioner of Police. He was the former Commissioner of Police, Nasarawa State. From being Commissioner of Police, they promoted him to IG of Police. So you can imagine, even those that senior him in police are under him right now. So he was just appointed to come and fulfill all their plans. But I want to tell them that God has stepped in to fight for Biafrans, to fight for the whole Southerners. Now, they say that everybody should submit their gun. It is for those that have their guns. We know that we do not have. And we will do everything humanly possible to protect ourselves legally. Since our politicians have won, I don't know whether they enter court with these people. I don't really know what is happening. Anybody that enters there will begin to behave like them. Some of our people whom we think that we trusted, I don't want to mention names, but as soon as they move to Abuja, they will change. They will change automatically, and that's one of the problems we are having. But nevertheless, I know and I believe that God is with us. But one thing I want to advise our people, let nobody be intimidated. Don't allow any intimidation of any form. Stand firm. Stand on the side of the truth. stand firm, reject Nigeria in total. We don't want Nigeria. If they want to implement any law, let them implement it in their place and not in our place. This is a two different nations. Biafra, Buhari, Inspector General of Police, and their cohort, they don't have any business in Biafra land. Whatever law they want to implement, they should do so in their nation. Then again, for our people that are going over there selling our people, I want to tell them, I want to advise them, first of all, they should rethink, because very soon their cup will full, and whatever they order will come back to them. Then we, the freedom fighters, I want to also announce to the whole world, we are non-violent and we will remain non-violent. And non-violence will continue until we actualize our dream. But that does not mean that somebody will come from far distance from north to come to my father's land and take my land. Then I'll fold my hand watching that person to do whatever he wants. If I don't know what to do, I will request the gods of our land to fight them. And as Ojukwu said, even if the whole entire north and all the Fulanis in the whole world arise to fight against us, the sand in Biafra land will fight against them. And this time around, it won't be like the previous ones. This time, if they dare it, they will live to regret it. We've known all their plans, and for that reason, definitely they will fail. In fact, they have fallen already. They have failed. Then, come to the business of the day. If we are going to surrender, those that have, I read it on the papers, they said even those that have license should surrender even with their license. Who give them that license? If you think that it is not legal, why did you give them license at the first time? Now, those that have license should return the gun and the license. Why those that are acquiring the gun illegally will have their own? Something is fishy. They are not sincere. Thank God, like our colleague said, Ada Valentine also, they are now exposing their emptiness to the whole world. Thank God the world are watching. They are watching. So this is part of what we have been clamoring. This is part of what we have been saying. But now they are the one bringing it up for the whole world to see. We thank God for that. God is fighting on our favor.
Indeed, God is fighting on our favor, and there is nothing the enemy can do. Nobody should hand over any defensive material in your possession. Come afterwards, what would we are equal to the task? Louis Arupo, are you there with us?
Yeah, you can.
Do you agree with the Inspector General of Police that any person in the southern part of Nigeria should hand over their defensive materials to him while leaving the Fulani herdsmen to use their own?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you, moderator, for this opportunity given to me. I want to thank Biafrans and all our audience. The statement issued by the IG of police, by mere issuing that statement, becomes suspicious. It's even a suspect for even issuing such a statement. You know, this has shown that he has lost focus. He's not qualified to be an IG because we're in this country and we see how the Fulani herdsmen have been killing people and the government cannot protect people
At each point in time, when the people start to defend themselves, the government will always find a way to arrest those who want to defend themselves. So for them to come out openly to make this very publication of the statement, has shown that this is the highest joke of the 21st century. And like I keep making my post on daily basis, that Nigeria is a mockery before the world. So it's good that the IG of the police keep making mockery of his institution, making mockery of himself, making mockery of the nation of Nigeria before the world. So I want to urge all those who have their legal arms for protection not to surrender anything. Our farmers and vigilantes who have all these arms to keep the community in peace, to checkmate criminalities, not to listen to what they're saying. Because, take for example, a state like Anambra State, where you have vigilante who has arms to take care of their community, to provide security in their, then you are asking them to drop those arms. What do you want to achieve? Are you trying to promote peace, or you're trying to create anarchy and chaos in the country? So these are the questions I want you to ask him or herself. By that very statement, what does the government want to achieve? Are they trying to promote peace or to create more problems in society? So with all these statements, this has shown that definitely the IG of police have lost focus. This government have lost focus. It's a mockery of the institution. It's a mockery of himself, and it's a mockery of the nation itself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Louis Arpo, for that wonderful contribution. What we are saying here, and everybody agrees with something, that we shall not and must not submit or hand over anything we use to defend ourselves. If there are people to submit their own or hand over their own, sorry please, it is the Fulani herdsmen. The IG has not been able to investigate the source of arms being used by Boko Haram people. The IG has not been able to investigate the sources of guns used by herdsmen. All he wants to poke nose is how a Biafran hunter or a Dudua hunter is using his ordinary gun. Of course, we say no to that. It cannot happen. We don't have the gun. Let us say first and foremost, we don't have. But if we have, we will not give to anybody at all. If we have the gun, we are not going to hand it over to anybody. You are holding your own. You want me to hand you over my own, and then you kill me, and you take over my heritage? No. Your forefathers said they want to dip Quran in the ocean. We shall see how that will happen. Then after taking away our guns, you use your own to kill us. Tomorrow you say you are clever. You are smart. Smart we are, not in Biafra land. Let us see what Michael Kaha, a member of the crew in Germany, has to say. Michael Kaha, you have been monitoring the program. Do you agree with this man, Inspector General of Police, that even the Biafran Oduduwa Southern hunters should submit anything they use to hunt or for hunting, and even those who register their own should hand over? Do you agree with that? Michael Kaha.
Yeah, good evening, fellow Biafrans. The professor, and my fellow crew members, I greet you all. I also thank our Lord for giving us the opportunity to be up today, and also making a person that you can the proper was an opportunity, and I believe that this was the forward our Biafra. First of all, I just want to inform our people, both the Biafra and Biafra and diaspora, that God is great things. The inspector of police for me to come as a surprise. First of all, Vera was appointed inspector general of police. And we all knew that morning good intention for the people of this house. The law he is making is not for the Biafra. And I'm encouraging how if anybody has on license, not the license company, right to submit it because the license has not been got. And it will still be a reason that he should also know why should tell someone to tell people arms with license to surrender their home. Why we know that there's no panic in this area, rather the people of the north are using them gun through the Boko Haram and the Hausa to attack us. What should our hunters do? Hunters should go on and what? My first question to the Commissioner of Police, I don't know what the hell is. What's mind in? Who gave him that kind of mind? Who tried to display this is but I think it's going so wrong. There's no dance for the political area. Let him maintain and let him maintain the work that is and he said my little work.
Yeah, please, people should not be banging plays and pots while the next person close to them is responding to our questions or other people are listening. Please, our children, our wives, our sisters, if you want to watch plays in the kitchen, take it outside and not where your man is answering some questions or listening to our program or even from here. Everybody should be, please, careful of our environment. Thank you so much. Now go on, Mr. Okaha, Mike.
What I was trying to say, I keep on that word. I'm not trying to discredit the Inspector General of Police of his branch as a trained officer, but that kind of comment is so political and it should shy away from that. Any Biafran, any Southerner that has his gun, license, and working on with his gun, maybe as a hunter, as a vigilante, should not comply to that kind of law. This has a way of attacking us. I don't have much to say, but as we all know, we are not Nigerians. So I still believe that there is no way for Nigerians and not for the others. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Of course, we quite agree we are not Nigerians. We are rather Biafrans living in Nigeria. 2 months ago, some containers were imported from Turkey through the Apapa and Tinkan Island ports. Hundreds of containers were ferried from Lagos to Kaduna Inland Dry Port. Nobody till today knows the content of those containers coming from Turkey. And everybody understands the stand of Turkey when it comes to Islamization. Do not forget that prior to that time, Nigeria's president, Mr. Muhammadu Buhari, visited Turkey to discuss the issues we do not know with the Turkish government. Some months after, container of what we do not know up to today were imported. And those things were ferried down to the north. We begin to ask questions. We keep on asking questions. What are the content of those containers? These people are importing guns and guns, getting ready for eventuality. I must inform my people. I stand on certain position of authority, knowing things that happen here and there, even within the security circle. These people are getting ready 24 hours to invade our land. Remember, It is not for nothing that they have asked all the Fulani people in the entire West African sub-region to begin to troop into Nigeria without anybody checking their identities. Don't forget that they constitute 80% of immigration force we have. Of course, they are 100% the custom officials. Go to a security meeting. There's no particular southerner except a one loose man there. They decide everything, they decide on our fate, and they try to impose their decisions on us. These people are getting ready. Do not forget that they are constructing Trans-Sahara highways from Kano, Sokoto, Borno to any other part of the Sahel region. Name them: Chad, Mali, Burkina Faso, and what's that one? There are 4 of them. Mali, Chad, Burkina Faso, and Niger, of course. They are constructing highways, rail lines to all these countries. What for? These people are preparing 24 hours for any eventuality. And why this is happening? Our people are buying and selling. Our people are buying and selling. Why? Selling what? Somebody cartooned yesterday, and that cartoon was very, very instructive. A Fulani man was holding gun, brandishing it. Of course, he was smiling. A Yoruba man was reading a newspaper, glorying in his own knowledge. Igbo man was counting money, calculating how much he has, while Ijaw man was drinking beer and opening his eyes wide. Do I repeat? A cartoon was yesterday. It was very, very instructive. In this cartoon, a Yoruba man was glorying in his own knowledge, reading big books, newspapers, of course wearing gogo. Igbo man was counting money, opening eyes wide. Ijaw man was drinking beer, dimming his eyes, while the Fulani man was holding AK-47, smiling. Very, very instructive. When these people are planning mayhem, Southerners are being stupid, counting money, drinking beer, doing owambe on the streets. My people, the die is cast. Somebody is saying, yes, somebody said it. One of the days, the next broadcast we are going to hold, because many people will be calling us and then they make contribution. But in Nagono, I had anybody can make mistake. He had the message. The message, use pidgin English, use Igbo. We get the message, we get the information. But we promise, Igbo will ask so die. From time to time, I get a GMA broadcast. What we are saying is this. These people are preparing 24 hours for any eventuality, and it's going to happen. Take it or leave it. Our only regret is that our governors are their agents. Our governors do not protect the people they are governing. Our governors are sending messages to them to come over to Biafra land and occupy our land. Let me tell you what is happening. These people have mapped out 1 trillion naira. 1 trillion. What are they saying? They are going to distribute their money to states that have agreed to accommodate the herdsmen, to provide for them land for their livestock. Mapping out 1 trillion naira for that. And they're saying any other state that does not have enough land will not have the share of the money. Not until they consent to their devices, to their ways, by providing land for their cattle. Where did they get the money? Do not forget that year in, year out, EFCC continues to stampede the southern politicians collecting loot from them. No northerner has been indicted by EFCC. And when their money they collect get to their bank account, they keep it to use this money against us. Where do they get the money? From our oil resources. You come to my own background, you take money that belongs to me. You want to use that money to bring me down. Fellow Biafrans and fellow Southerners, we must die with them. We must never die alone. It will be over our dead bodies that these Fulani herdsmen will succeed in imposing their religion on us. It can never happen. We are prepared for that. And if anything should happen to Nigeria, we shall hold them accountable. We are the messengers of peace. We try to exchange the olive branch. We keep on trying to have a handshake across the Benue River. But the Fulani people, callous they are, do not understand the language of peace. Nigeria understands only the language of violence, but we are not violent in nature. But they should not push us to the wall, because if they push us to the wall, this very wall will fight for Biafra. Remember, we are the chosen race, and those who touch us live to face the consequences. More of Biafra music before I go back to our contributors. Sure. Now we move on. This time around, we are going to discuss solutions, measures we must adopt to call this food order. In discussing these measures, I would prefer we use the Igbo language. My people, while we are discussing the solutions, it will be preferable for us to speak the Igbo language. Makanasi hana banante, ana aboyananya. Eba na gwosanya, ana eji, eba na gworianya, ana etinye ose. So, ọ ga-amasị m ka anyị ji n'asụsụ Igbo kwuo na ihe anyị ga-eme ka onye ntị anyị hụrụ ya ghara ịnụ. So, ọ bụrụ na ndị iro, ndị Biafra, ihe nkwa ekwu ka anyị ji ugbu a bụ ndị na-ede ihe ha na-ede si biko anyị were Igbo kwuo ihe ndị ụfọdụ maka na oge ụfọdụ onye ntị ike na-ama ihe. Ya bụ, ọ bụrụ na anyị nọdị ndị iro buru ọgụ bịakwute anyị, ele ihe anyị ga-eme? Anyị ọ ga-ahapụ ha sị buru ọgụ bakwutere anyị n'ezinụlọ anyị? Ọ bụrụ na e buru ọgụ bịa n'obodo anyị, anyị ga-anọdụ anyị sị onye buru ọgụ ga na nke echezere Udeze na ọgbasadị ume Maslinus, ọgbasadị Ikenna Obibi ego ọnụ, ọgbasadị Uche Diji, ma ọ na eburu ọgụ ga na nke Arụpo Louis, therefore ọgbasadị Valentine Ogoji ma ọ Sunday Oti. What do we do? Ọ bụrụ na eburu ọgụ bata n'obodo anyị, ele ihe anyị ga-eme? My people, let us go to Japan. Echezina Udeze. Kedu ihe ga-agwa ndị obodo anyị? Sorry. Echezina, are you with us? Hello, Echezina Udeze. Okay, maybe he stepped out. Now, Ume Maslinus, you are there. Ọ bụrụ na ndị iro... Okay, thank you so much. Yes, okay. Now, ọ bụrụ na ihe anyị na-ekwu anyị ga-eji asụsụ Igbo anyị wụ ndị Igbo maka ihe anyị na-ata awụ ntụ ugbu a anyị na-agba izu. Ọ bụrụ na ndị iro bụrụ ihe abịakwute anyị, ele ihe anyị ga-eme? Aga m asị na ọ bụdị na ezinụlọ nke ebiri ebịa na ọka Echezina ọ gbasaghị m, na ọ na nke Maslinus ọ gbasaghị m, ele ihe anyị ga-eme ka anyị ji n'otu obi ji ime ihe anyị ga-eme? Echezina.
Ihe mere na Igbo si n'ihe ọkụ eme dị ya n'obi. Nkụta na-amụ onye ahụ atara kama na mgbe oge ruo ife anyị eme kama onweghị onye ọ bụla obi ka ebie bịa. Maka ife ọbụla mere na Imo steeti mere n'ala Igbo, ife ọbụla mere n'Enugu steeti mere n'ala Igbo, ife ọbụla mere na Anambra steeti mere n'ala Igbo. Onye kpatara na anyị ejikọ aka ọnụ were rụọ ọgụ dụrụ anyị. Makana mgbe gboo na-abụ ihe mụrụ okwu onye mmadụ niile na-apụta. Mana nkịta abụ n'ọzọ ọ na-abụ mee ụfọdụ asịgoro n'ọmụsta ha ọrụ ha. Mana mgbe anyị chọpụtara na ife ọbụla mere ofu onye mere mmadụ niile, anyị emegolo anyị apụta were onye aka wee chụọ ife na-achụ anyị ife na-achụ anyị. Ndị bụ ndị iru anyị na-atụ anyị egwu, nke bụ eziokwu na ha na-atụ anyị ezigbo egwu. Ha na-atụ anyị ezigbo egwu. Ha na-afụta anyị asị ndị bụ nsogbu ha. Ha na-afụta anyị asị ndị enweghị ha ya emenwu. Kama na-abịara ụmụnne anyị ndị na-eme mkpọtụ ọkankụ o mezie ka ya sị na ya hụ mmadụ ọ bụ na ya mara ihe anyị na-eme. Mana dịka o kwuru ibusiasị egbe nwekwara akwụkwọ nchekwaba ọ egosi nwere ndị a na-atụ anyị egwu na-atụ ha maka ha ọkpọrọ ife niile ha nwere ha amaghị ife anyị bụrụ obi. Ha amaghị ife anyị bụrụ obi maka na ndị Igbo si na agbara nwoke ama obi ya na onye akarịsịrị. Ịgbara nwoke ama obi maka nwoke ahụ egbu obi, nwoke ahụ asị n'ebe abụọ ya eme. Mana mgbe oge ruru ome ife o ji nwoke onye ọrụ nọkwa na nkọ afọ nne ya ọkụtara m onye ahụ aka arụ onweghị ebe bụ mkpọtụ eje. Kama na otu nkwa na-ekwe onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo bụ onye ọbụla mee nke o kwesịrị ime ka mmadụ hapụ nke fọdụ na Chineke mee ikwe ya. Maka na ife anyị ga-eme ndị iru anyị ọ bụrụ sọsọ ngwa agha, ọ bụrụ sọsọ ọgụ, ọ bụrụ sọsọ ka akpọrịsịba ka akụrịsịba. Ife anyị eme ha karịrị nkụrịsị na egbe. Kama na oge ruo na o nwere onye jụrụ ajụjụ si kere ife anyị ga-eme ka anyị wee chekwa obodo, anyị wee chekwa aba anyị. Yes, anyị na-eme ihe. Ị na-anya okwu egwu kịta igbuchiasị egbe azụ, ịfụ na egbe a bụ ọdụ nnọọ ụmụkirikiri egbe na ụmụkirikiri ụta na ndị otu ha ndị eji agba nta na ndị bụ na na-eyuzu. Onye ife na-atụ ha egwu, ọ na-atụ ha egwu nke ọsọ ha mana anyị ga-eyuzu ya ọgwụ ọ na-esụọ ha akwụ. Onye kpatara ha ji ekwu ka egbuchigasị ya azụ ha were nwunye ike maka onye nwa ji ihe gbasara ha ji ịbata ime obodo. Mana o nwere mbọsị anyị na-ekwu okwu ngwara nso na mgbe 1980 mgbe anyị na-etolitegasị nna m nwere egbe, nwanne nna m nwere egbe, ndị nna niile nwere n'ogbe nwechara egbe, ma ndị ji eje nta, ma ndị ji echekwa obodo, ma ndị ji echi nche abalị. Ọ ife a ka m gwa m, ọzọ ọ bụrụ na ndị Igbo nwere efe etu anyị sikwa enwe, anyị ya agba ebe anyị nọ kịta. Dịka o nwere okwu ikwu, onye Hausa bụ egbe na-amụ amụ, onye Igbo na-agụ ego, onye Yoruba na-agụ akwụkwọ, onye Ijo na-aṅụ mmanya. Ebe a ka a chọrọ ka ọdụ ka ha ọsọ ha bụ egbe ahụ. So mana mgbe ahụ ndị Igbo na-egbu egbe mgbe ahụ ya bụ ebe onye ọ na-ebusite ma ọrụ onye achụ ejide ozugbo ozugbo. Mana kịtazi o mere ha gbakọrọ ya anya n'ego, onye ọbụla na-ekwu ego, onye ọbụla na-ekwu akwụkwọ. Ha nwawo ndị buruzie egbe were eche. Mana nke bụ eziokwu bụ na mgbe oge ruo ife anyị ga-eme ife anyị ekwu n'ogologo oge enwere ike asụgodo Igbo asụna n'oyibo ha mụta ịfọmatị mara ndị Igbo ndị ha ji kwara ngwa ọrụ were egeta ife anyị ekwu ife anyị eme. Ha nwere agbada anyị agba ha aka, oge erukwa anyị agụkwa ha ife anyị ji enwuru ndị Igbo. Maka na ife eji mara ndị Igbo gboo bụ onye Igbo ahụ ekwu okwu ọka nkụ. Ime emecha mgbe chọpụtara n'ọbụ onye Igbo, mgbe ọ egosighị n'ọbụ onye Igbo, mgbe ịkrọs were ebe ikwesịrị ịkrọs ọ kwesịrị na ya bụ nwafọ Igbo. Nwafọ Igbo ji ọkpọtụ wee mara anyị, maka o nwere okwu a na-ekwube mgbe anwa asị na egbe ji eburu nwa ọkụkọ, egbe ji eburu nwa ọkwa n'isi ya anya ọrụkwa na-eri ndị o nyere ya pịa oburu ejebe obodo eruo nne egberuo nwa sị ka ife ọkpọmere ka ibuga nwa ya ọsịaza olere anya na-erikwa nri n'okwu ọsịa bụchighị anya azụ ife ya eme dị ya n'obi na ọgbara nkịtị nwere ife dị ya n'obi. Buru nwa ọkụkọ gbanye elu mee kpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakpakp buja ngwe ọsọ na obere kwụkwọ mmanụ elu moto ọsọ debe karịa ife onye ebe agwụla onwe ife ọzọ ya emegbuzi n'ọsọsọ kwụkwọ ahụ obere so onye kpatara o ji abụzi mgbe ọbụla ọ daba ojeburu ugwu ọkụkọ mgbe ọbụla ọ dabara ewejeburu ugwu ọkụkọ so anyị ya aghọ ọkwa nke nwere uche anyị edeti mkpu ya na-eme mkpọtụ anyị abụ uche anyị maka ndị Igbo si na-agbaghị uche onye ejiri wee obidokwa ọgwụgwụ ike obido nwefere ọsọ so onye ejiri na agbabụghị uche ha tiri ha nche ya gbara na nchịkọta okwu mgbe ha batalụ ebe ha ekwesịghị ịbatalụ anyị enyekwa ha n'ọrụ ha ekwesịghị ka nkwụsịgodo ebe a kịta.
Ndewo nwanne nwoke echezina Udeze. Ọ bụ eziokwu ihe ọbụla onye ga-eme nọ ya n'uche. Anyị anaghịkwa na-agba egwu ahịa nwoke ma ihe ọ ga-eme mana ihe ọ na-eche bụ ka onye iro bụrụ nsogbu ya bịa o gosi ihe o ji bụrụ nwoke. Anyị na-agwa ndị Igbo nọ ebe ọ nọ onye na-arahụ ụra o were ofu anya ji rahụ dewe nke ọzọ onye nga mmadụ abụọ nọ ofu onye na-arahụ nke ọzọ mụrụ anya nke onye arahụtụ onye nke ọzọ arahụkwana ụra. Anyị ga-eche ndụ anyị nche oge ọbụla. Anyị na-agba ndị Igbo niile onye ọbụla akwadome maka na agha adị ka anyị gwara nwaanyị eziokwu. Anyị na-agba ndị Igbo n'ebe ha nọ onye ọbụla akwadome maka na agha adị. Anyị achọghị ịlụ ọgụ ọbụla, anyị achọghị ibuso onye ọbụla iro, anyị anaghị alụ agha kama na ọ bụrụ na ha buru nsogbu bịakwute anyị ga-asị ha mbakwa ọ bụdị maka anyị. Ume Maslinus, kedu ihe anyị ga-eme ka anyị kụziele ndị iro anyị ihe ha na-amadị ọ na ha bụrụ nsogbu ha bịakwute anyị?
Arakụ ndewo. Igbo ndị ọma na-ege ntị, anyị nwabụ ndị Igbo enwere otu agwa anyị na-adị. Enwere ike ihe na-eme otu a onye ọhụrụ na-aka gbachie nkịtị ọ dị ka ọ gbachiri nkịtị mana mgbe ọbụla akwagidere anyị na-agụ anyị hụ na enwezighị ebe anyị na-adụzi azụ aga n'aha ka ị na-ahụ onye Igbo ọ na-apụta ndị na-asị ka anyị wepụta egbe anyị ji agba nta na nke ndị nchekwa obodo anyị ji aka anyị wee hibe ka ha chekwaba obodo anyị dị iche iche na ụmụ obere egbe ha ji wee na-arụ ọrụ onye na-asị anyị wepụta ya bịa bụkọnye ha o chefugo otu Aba na Ọnịcha dịrị afọ ole na ole gara aga mgbe ndị ohi weghara ọnọdụ ebe niile ekwezighị na ndị mmadụ ga-aṅụ mmiri tọwa iko ndị ohi emegide ya ndị uwe ojii agbachie nkịtị ọ bụrụ ndị uwe ojii na-ebunye ndị a egbe ha ji wee na-eme ihe ndị ha na-eme ha chee na mmadụ ha maghị mana anyị mara ma mgbe ha megidere ya oge ruo ndị mmadụ ahụ ndị na-azụ ahịa ahụ na ndị enweghị ike ndị nchekwa obodo bụ ndị uwe ojii enwezighị ike ichekwa nwa ya ndị mmadụ ji aka ha kpebie tie ya ọ bụrụ iwu onye ọbụla ngwa ndị abụọ egbe mana anyị nwere ihe nweghị nke anyị ji onye ọbụla ba jee zụọ mma onye ọbụla gara zụta mma debe mgbe ọbụla ha bịaghara bupụta mma gị mgbe ha na-agba egbe gbagbuo mmadụ na-abụ na-ata mma ma gị gaa ha n'ahụ egbujipụ ha aka nata weta ụtọ egbe ahụ ha ji anyị enweghị n'ofu egbe otu a ka esi wee mee ya o wee guzoro tupu ị na-amụ ihe na-emenụ asị gị na ehiwe ego ndị bakasị ọkwa n'otu ihe ndị a si wee bido na-aba si Aba ndị mgbe a hụrụ na ọ ga-ama ọfụma na-aba asị ha ngwa bịazienụ n'Ọnịcha esi otu a wee meme ya tupu ị na-amụ ihe na-emenụ ala Igbo niile ederekwa ji ebe niile aha ndị ohi na-eme ihe niile aha ha nara eme ebe niile aha dere ji ndị ugwu ji nke aha wee mara anyị mara na otu anyị si eme mgbe ha buru ọgụ ha wee wepụ nọ na Kaduna na Kano a mara otu obodo dịrị mgbe ahụ ha kwagidere anyị kwagide anyị mgbe ha kwara anyị ruo na ahụ aja ahụ na-enwezighị ebe anyị bụ azụ eje etie iwu nwoke ọbụla ji nwaanyị na ụmụazị ngwa kpọkọrọ nwunye gị na ụmụ gị kpọlaa ha n'ụlọ chigata n'azụ ka a lụọ ya ofu ugwu ka a lụọ ya ka ọcha onye ọwụwa n'anya ka ọ tụọ onye ọwụwa n'ọnụ ha ga-achigata mgbe o ruoro ọ bụghị mmadụ gwara ha mgbe a hụrụ na ndị a anaghị aga ha aga ọkwa ndị nche ndị obodo ndị ọchịchị ndị aka ha pụta ekpe udo kemgbe a hazi ọcha nwoke baa n'anya cha nwaanyị baa n'anya ha mara na ndị a na-anaghị ata ntị ha ata na ha gbaghị nkịtị ha kpacha anya gbaghị nkịtị mana mgbe ọbụla o juru ha ha alụghali enweghị ihe nwere ike imenwuzi ha ya bụ otu aha ka ọ dị ihe anyị ma bụ na ọ bụrụ na ọ masịrị Chukwu na anyị na ndị aka ga-anọ ma ha na-eme ihe ọbụ ha na-akwadobe ime mgbe oge ruoro ha gata ahụkwanụ nke anyị na-eme mana nke mma bụ na ọ gaghị amasị Chukwu na ọ ga-adị otu ahụ ha nwere ike na-eme atụmatụ ha na-agbasi mbọ ike ịhụ na atụmatụ ha bịara na mmezu mana mgbe ha ga-amụ ihe na-eme n'owu na ihe niile aha ga-atụgharịzi ha lezie anya ndị ha na-atụrụ atụmatụ ihe ha ga-eme ha nọrọzie ebe ha nọ gafezie mmiri nọrọzie n'ofe nke ọzọ na-asịzi ha emesịa ka anyị hụzie nụ ya wee otu a ka m hụrụ ọ ga-esi adị onwe ha ọ na-agba asị ndị Igbo sị gị na mberede nyere dike mana mberede ka eji ama dike ọ nnukwu okwu ka ọ bụ a nọrọ kịta asị lee ihe anyị ga-eme enwere ike ya dị ka ọnọdụ ya adịzie ka ihe ọtụrụkpọkpọrọ kwuru mgbe asị onye ọbụla kwuo ihe a ga-eme mgbe nke nwa ga-eme ka ọ bụ mbe and all that mgbe ọnọdụ ruziere onye ọbụla imewezi ihe ọsị ya ga-eme mgbe aha ọtụrụkpọkpọrọ ahụzi ọnụ o ji wee tụtụ osisi mbe ahụzi ụkwụ o ji wee zọgbu nwaanyị dị mana ọ bụrụ anụ ndị gbachiri nkịtị ekwughị n'oge oge rụziri ha nwere ike mee ihe ha nwere ike ime so otu a ka ndị Igbo site na-ata agwa mgbe o ruoro ahụkwanụ na mberede nyere dike mana mberede ka eji ama dike ha kpado bịa ha mara ihe ọbụla ha na-eme mgbe a lụrụ ọgụ ndị ugwu na ndị be anyị ha chere na ha ga-abịachiri anyị tapụ mana mgbe oge ruo ha hụrụ na ya abụghị ụkọ a ga-achịrị ata ata ya bụ ihe na-agụ Igbo ndị ọma na-ege ntị na-agasị abụ onye atụ na-egwu onye ama na enweghị ihe ụra mere anya mgbawa mkpanụ mma ka ọ chọrọ ike enweghị ihe mgbawa mere ike ọ na-abụghị mma ka ọ chọrọ ya mgbe ọ bụla ha kwadoro pụta ihe ha ka ha gosikwa mba ụwa na ndị akadịbụ otu ha dị na nna anyị ukwu ọdụmegwu ojukwu awụ na ndị ọzọ niile ha nwụcha ha igwe ha bụzi egwu ihe ịka nwekwa ihe agha ha ji wee bụrụ ndị anyị ka zuru oke n'ihe agha eji wee bụrụ ndị Igbo maka tupu tinyere onye ọbụla n'ime anyị mgbe oge ruo onye ọbụla nwere ike ịpụta zọchie bụrụ onye ndu ọ bụrụ ọchịagha aga lụọ ya bụ ọgụ tighata azụ ya bụ obi anaghị amapụ anyị egwu anaghị atụ anyị egwu anaghị atụ afọ buru ụzọ ya bụ ụmụnne m na-asị na onye ọbụla kama afụ ihe m na-ekwu ụgbụ ka ịnụ nkwụcha mụrụ n'anya ka azụ maka ndị ọchọgala oko si na ha bụ ndị uwe ojii ịpụta ị nwere ike ị na-aga n'ụzọ ha were ofu ihe tụgbunye gị n'akpa ma ọ gbakọ ya n'ihu gị ebe ahụ jide gị naghị egbe ejidere gị ha dịbụ mgbu emi ya ndị ha bunyere egbe gaa ori gacha ori ewechigatara ha ego ole ha na ha kwekọrịtara a ga-ewetara ha achịkọrọ ha jee ndobe ha ofu ebe na ọgbọ na ọ masịrị ha ime ihe a kpọpụta mmadụ na abụ na atọ n'ime ha gbagbuo agachịpụta isi egbe amaghị ebe o si tụkwasị ha n'obi si egbe ha ji wee go ori na ihe ndị ọzọ ma ndị ọ bụ ha ka na-arụ ala agagharị ebe niile ndị na-achịgharị efi ụmụnne ha anyị hụchara imirikiti n'ime ha bụ egbe ndị uwe ojii ka ha bucha anyị hụchara akara ndị uwe ojii dịchara ya onye bunyere ndị ahụ egbe ndị ahụ onye bunyere ha ọkwa ndị uwe ojii ahụ bunyere ha egbe ndị ahụ ha sị na ọ bụghị ha bunyere ha n'ọdụ otu ha egwuregwu ka egburu buru ya anyị ma otu ndị uwe ojii na-esi akpa agwa anyị mekata mmegbuo ofu onye n'ime ha chi anaghị eji efo tupu ha na-ejide onye ahụ gburu ofu onye n'ime ha maka ha ama ndị ha bụ chi anaghị efokpu ya ha jide onye ahụ ma gbuo ya nagata ya egbe ha mana nke ahụ ziri ndị abụrụzi ya na-akpagharị na-egosi ya ya mgbe ọbụla a na-ahụ ya ihe ọ pụtara bụ na ha ma ihe ha na-eme ya ihe na-agwa derenu jiri onye obi amapụrụ onye ọbụla na anyị dị ime wee jebe n'oke amụji ha anya aka n'ọkpa ya obi ruo onye ọbụla dị kama ka ike nkwụchamụrụ anya ka azụ mgbe ọbụla ha sị na o jugo ha na ha achọghị ime ihe ha na-akwadobe ha mezie ya ilelebezie ha ebido afọ ndị kpụ atụrụ ya bụ ihe nwere ịgba anyị n'anyasị a ka Chukwu gọzie onye ọbụla dịka anyị na-eke nkwụcha daalụnụ
ndewo imena nnọọfụma ndị Igbo dị n'ebe ha nọ ndị Igbo dịkwa n'iche iche onye ọbụla na-agara ihe anyị na-ekwu nke taa ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu ewu maka ndị Fulani bụrụle nsogbu ha bụrụle mberede ha na-abịa na-achọ ibusa ya iro ibusa ya nsogbu anyị na-ekwu na ụjọ anaghị atọ anyị nọsiri ike anyị obisiri ike ha na-eme mkpọtụ ha na-eme anyị enwe ndidi na-ejigbu ya mana ụbọchị ọ ga-awa itie Igbo kwenu that very day anyị nọ n'Igbo kwenu ihe ga-anọzi nzogbu no going back ha mekwere ka anyị tie Igbo kwenu ha mekwere ka anyị tie nzogbu yes maka na anyị kwuo nzogbu yes give all the man no be drunk yes no I'm listening to you please I'm listening to all of you talking there I'm hearing all of you please yes so I'm getting all of you now let us say Uche Diji yeah Uche Diji are you there Gentlemen, please hold it here. Yeah, please, gentlemen, hold it. Uche Digi, neighbor, Uche Digi. No, I'm not hearing the
Uche Digi,
yeah, Uche Digi, all the connected. Let me see. Okay, wait. Hold on, please. Hold on. Oh, please. Uche Digi, on the internet, on the clear. Excuse me, please. Uche Digi. No. Excuse me, gentlemen. Gentlemen, please. Gentlemen, please. Excuse me. Yeah, please, gentlemen, please, gentlemen. Excuse me. Okay, gentlemen, that is okay. Please, gentlemen, that is okay. Gentlemen, that is okay. Let us move forward, please. Let us move on. Let us move on, please. Okay, can you there? Gentlemen, please. Everything you are saying behind the scene is echoing here. Please, we are connected and our people here and there are listening. If any of you is listening or hearing what I'm saying, please try and alert others that they should end that discussion. The broadcast is still on. Gentlemen, please end that discussion, please. Yeah, we are welcome back to the program. Uche Digi, please. Uche Digi, you have the floor to air your views. Uche Digi.
Ka onye ọbụla kee nkwụcha ka anyị gwa ha ihe niile na-eme etu o si eme dịka ọ dịka Uche
nkwụcha ife a na-ekekwa ndị ife mere ife na-ekekita ụka ichigakwa azụ ka ichigakwa azụ.
Uche Digi, you have the floor. Uche Digi.
A na-ekwu ike nkwụcha ama those days anyị pere mpe our mother ma our father just gadu
Yeah, Uche, are you not with us? Yeah, thank you very much. You are welcome back to the program. And I have to advise our members here and there who are still holding private meetings somewhere, please hold it on. We are still tuned on to our program, and we are here discussing very important matters that concern every Biafran, every Oduduwa, every member, every person from the Ijo axis, everybody from the southern part of Nigeria, as well as the north central. We are here discussing issues of common interest, something that concerns everybody, the activities of the herdsmen and the instruction of the Inspector General of Police, asking all the southerners to hand over their guns, registered or otherwise, evil hunters. And we are here discussing, appraising the dangers inherent in that particular instruction. And we are stating vehemently that we find such order unacceptable. We are encouraging our people, anything that you have to use to defend yourself, hold on to it and never submit or hand over anything. Because if you do so, you will be mortgaging your life. I bet you it happened in the past in very many countries of the world. We are students of history and we have not forgotten anything at all. For the sake of it all anyway, we may have to give you a rundown of some of these things that happened in different countries of the world where people were asked to hand over whatever they possessed. As soon as they did it, this food truck and hence road. This is what we are telling you. Do not hand over. In Russia, it happened. In Turkey, it happened. In Rwanda, it happened. In Cambodia, it happened. Very many other countries of the world where people were asked to hand over whatever they had defending their lives. The moment they did it, few months after that, it was a requiem for everybody. Anyị na-asị ndị Igbo, ndị Yoruba, ihe ọbụla onye eji eche ndụ ya nche, o jisie ya ike, enyefekwulie ndị Hausa, enyefekwulie ndị Fulani, unu enyekwulie the Inspector General of Police, jisie ya ike, mana ejikwulie achọ okwu, ejikwulie emegbu mmadụ ibe gị, ejikwulie egbu mmadụ mbakwa, mana onye bịazi igbu gị, ọ bụrụ ọbịra egbu m gburu onwe ya. Self-defense is nature's eldest law. Practice it. There's no crime in doing that. If anybody comes to assault you, get the person disciplined. The Fulani herdsmen cannot be marauding the streets of southern Nigeria with AK-47, and the Inspector General of Police is not doing anything to checkmate that they are going excesses. The only place he finds leeway is in the southern part of Nigeria, where he has come to issue instructions that can never hold waters. We say no to that. And indeed, we say no. Nothing will stop us from achieving our ends. I don't know. Uchenna Okeke, are you online with us? Uchenna Okeke. Yes, we have to prepare ourselves. I got
okay,
because
my brother.
Yeah, Uche, did you go on?
Okwu gị dị mma. Atụmatụ nke echezinatụ amakakwana na akụkọ kọrọla anyị n'ihe mere na mgbe gara aga na obodo Lagos. Eziokwu, ndị Igbo asị na agbakọ agbakọ onye ọma ma ya agba ọfụfụ. Maka na asị na ọtụtụ okpukpe tụrụ n'ọjị laa free, ya tọọ na nkwụ laa free, ọ tọọ n'ogede ya akpọnwụọ. Na ihe karịa atọ ya aka. Ihe mere ihe anyị ji na-ekwu okwu a n'ụbọchị nke taata n'olu Igbo bụ maka na ọ karịala. Anyị na-ezi etu ụzọ anyị ga-esi wee tọọ ya aka maka na ọ karịala. Ihe nwere ike ịwụ ọgbachinyere anyị wee ihe mbụ ụzọ anyị nwa ga-ebu ụzọ wee leba anya na mgbe abalị a.
Yeah, somebody's snoring. Somebody's sleeping. I don't know. You're sleeping or so. You get up to say. Please, if you're sleeping, you can off the system. Gentlemen, please, I repeat, there is much distraction coming from different ends. If you are tuned into this particular program, check your background to make sure no noise is coming from there. Uche, did you hold on, please? Uche, did you hold on? I don't know. Uche, did you hold on? Like somebody sleeping there.
Wee kpọọ ihe anyị nwa ga-eme. Anyị ekwesịghị ịpụtazi anyị na-akpọtụ ihe anyị kwesịrị ịdị na-eme inye saịn. Onye ka gọvanọ nke Abia steeti ji wee na-asị ọ na-anụkwa akpọtagị saịn. Ihe anyị ga na-enye ezi iwu saịn, anyị na-ala ekwe n'isi ihe niile a na-aga n'anya ya n'anya ya. Echetara m oge nne m na-ejudo ahụ. Nna m saịn ka ọ nọ na-enye m ndị mmadụ na-eme ihe ọ na-ekwu. The man na-echukwu ị na-ahụ na ihe a ga-ese gị biko anwụrụ ahụ na ndị a dị ndụ inwe ike zụọ ụmụazị a dịka iji azụ ha dị na nke isi na-eme ya anyị aghọtara ihe ị na-ekwu ya abịa na ụmụ ndị a etren n'ụta maka ihe ndị a. So ihe anyị nwere ike ịgwa ndị be anyị owu ndị nwere ike ịrụnwu ihe a na-ara ara nwere ike iji wee chịrị ọnwa anyị. Ọ bụrụgodị ori na ha arụnwuru ihe ya na because ama m na anyị nwa nwere akara aka. Chineke nna ji ndị be anyị wee kwara ngwa ọrụ. Chineke nna na-ekpupere ndị be anyị dịka ọ na-ekpupere ụmụ Izrel ihe ha ga-eme iji wee chekwa onwe ha, ihe ha ga-eme iji wee merie ndị iro ha. Ihe nwere ike ịgwa ndị be anyị ihe niile ihe nwere ike iji wee rụọ ihe a ga-arụ iji mmekọ iji wee hụ na anyị na-eri ndị iro anyị. Dowecha ya n'akụkụ, dowecha ya na nsụtụ nke dị iche iche, were dowe ya n'ebe aka ga-erute. Because a sị na anụ gbajọ ọsọ agba ya jebe. Ihe ndị ha na-eme ndị isi obodo a ka anyị nwa jụrụ biko maka na anyị nwee kwetaghị n'obodo ahụ bụ obodo Chineke nna hiwere. Obodo a ndị isi ha akpaala nkata iji gochapụ anyị, iji wee megide anyị. Detị na anyị nwa nọ nga n'ụbọchị nke taata wee na-asị ka anyị tee erumere ọka anyị nwa ga-esi wee dewesisi ihe ndị a
All no line number naga when to say, ah, when I was a kid, take a hammer. When, would you innocent? One night walking out in Hana, Obala. Oh, was even out of him there. I can't my leg. No, well, dear, I demand here. You can the current. That is not chicken, not you can do or not. Ndi buwe masistanya. So yen dia kaito. Ani wa duwe sisen that we need to wear to go wine. On your plan asani. Look for here they do.
Yeah, please, Uche, did you hold on there? Please, Uche, if you could hold on. Uche, hold on, please. Uche, hold on, please. Please, somebody could help to call HS that order, please. I don't know. Somebody is sleeping there. I don't know if he's there because it's very early in the morning. Please, heat ọ bụrụ na nke agbanyụ ya sistem biko ọ na-enye anyị nsogbu
maka na afọ ihe karịa atọ ya aka ka ihe item anyị ga-eme iji were gbochie ndị
biko gentlemen onye ụra na-atụ ọgbanyụ sistem ya biko onye na-arahụ ụra na-agwụ ụra ọ na-eji ọ na-enye anyị nsogbu ihe a biko nụ ayọ ka anyị na-ayọ anyị ma not go late in the night and some people should be sleeping by now. Very soon we shall close the program for the day, please.
Biko
onye na-eti na biko ya were nwayọọ ọ na-ehite ebe a ya uche dịja ịtụrụ
anyị na-adị 24 hours ọgụ anyị ebidogoro
uche dịji
ndị ya bụ ogbochi ahụ ya bụ ndị osochie
ya uche dịja ide
ndị gbuo n'ime ọfịa mọta ya
biko echezona somebody is talking gentlemen are not paying attention. I wouldn't know whose call I have to take right now because those who are already online are really discussing privately and disrupting the free flow of the discourse here. Echezona, please, are you online with us? Well, gentlemen, the distraction is getting unbearable. I have to take over the remaining part of the program and let it be a monologue. So, my own people, you have heard us, you've listened to us. What we are saying right now is that we have to be prepared for the looming war that is coming. We are not prepared for it, and that is why we say we don't want to fight. But the problem is that because the enemy has discovered we are too reluctant to react, and they continue to disturb, continue to threaten the very life we live. It is not good at all. I believe that there will be a time when patience will become impatient. At that point in time, other feelings might succeed. And when such feelings succeed, the consequences might be quite volcanic. And we assure anybody listening. We are not here to threaten anybody because we are a peaceful people. We love life, and that is why we don't kill. We value everybody's life. That is why we treat everybody with kid gloves. We abhor quite a situation where anybody will come and confront us because we seek peace. Let us know that for those that want war, might at first try to seek peace. Civis pacem bellum para. You might want war, but you don't want to start it at the initial stage. You want to make peace first of all. Do not forget that some powerful countries in the world, first of all, try to make peace. Let nobody misunderstand us. Let nobody think that because we are trying to make peace at all times, we are cowardly in nature. Never. No Igbo man was born a cowardice. No Igbo man was born a coward. Cowardice is not part of our life at all. It doesn't exist in our midst. So, take it or leave it, no Igbo man was born a coward. And we can never see cowardice being instilled in us by anybody. Let nobody compel us to say Igbo Kwenu. Once we say Igbo Kwenu, the next thing you hear is Zobu Zobu. Let us tell our people. We know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And do it very, very well. Let us not forget, and it's a kind of quick notice, it's a kind of notice that both Bakassi and Avengers are still existing. Let us be honest to ourselves. Bakassi and Avengers are still existing. And the two can hold Nigeria to ransom. But we don't want to unleash such mayhem because we are a peaceful people. Let the deaf hear. Let those who want to understand, understand. We want peace in that country. And we are going home to Biafra land peacefully. Only those who want to follow us should follow us. Those who don't want to follow us to Biafra land should stay back in Egypt. They are not too important. But all we are saying, we have taken enough from our enemies. We have tolerated enough. We have endured enough. There might be a time when we shall allow our feelings to flow. There might be a conflagration. Only God knows who shall be a victim. But for all I know, this is not 1970. This is modern time. The mistakes of the past can never be repeated. Otherwise, we are fools forever. We have been beaten once. You know the consequences. And we wouldn't like that to happen again. Never. Nobody loses all the time. Nobody wins all the time. It is a bit to the right. It is a bit to the left. This is a message to our people. We thank everybody who has been here listening. We thank every member of the crew. We thank those from Japan, those from Benue State, those from Accra, those from Biafra land and Nigeria, and from every other part of the world who have been attentive part of this particular program. We say thank you 1,000 times, and may God bless you. We reconvene here in the coming days. Before then, we are going to give you information on the issues to discuss, provided they are for common interest. Thank you once again. Remain blessed. May God bless you, and good night.
But the whole of Supermarket, you never see a closer. I will never should be there. Even like it, you know that way.
Mit einer Erkältung will man sich nur noch verkriechen. Aspirin-Komplex.
Go,